Zo, we zijn in Amsterdam aangekomen, aan de grachten, oftewel de Herengracht. Heerlijk wat lawaai om me heen, maar we zijn hier voor een heel gaaf bedrijf. En dat ga jij bekijken. Maar voordat je verder gaat kijken, vergeet vooral niet te abonneren. Want je gaat in deze aflevering bekijken hoe een bedrijf van 0 naar 70 miljoen waard is. En het is nu nog meer waard en dat in slechts 3 jaar tijd. Ja, dan heb ik het over een beleggingspartij, een beleggingsplatform. We zijn overigens aangekomen bij Finst. Ja, en dat is het grootste crypto-platform en waar je het meest goedkoop kunt gaan beleggen met crypto. Deze video wordt mede mogelijk gemaakt door Jort boekhoudprogramma Ultimate Mastermind in samenwerking met onze partner ter Wolde van de Nissan Rati.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice
thank
to meet
you.
you.
Welcome to Finst.
Yeah, thank you for the invitation. First question for today, the crypto. How's the state of crypto?
Crypto has been booming a lot recently since Trump got elected as president of the United States. The price of Bitcoin and other crypto has increased quite a lot since then. There's also institutional investors who are starting to invest in Bitcoin. Governments are also considering crypto as an asset class for strategic reserves. And all of these elements have pushed the market much higher than it was last year. So we can definitely say crypto has been booming quite a lot in the last few months.
Okay, and what do we do with the altcoins? They lost more than 50%. Do we have to believe in altcoins?
Well, altcoins, first of all, there's much more altcoins now than there were a few years ago. There are always constantly new ones coming on the market. So I think there's a lot of rotation that happens. Sometimes the money flows towards Bitcoin and then sometimes it goes to altcoins. So I think it really depends on the strategy of investors. Some are more conservative and they only believe in Bitcoin. And some investors want to take a bit more risk. They want to diversify. You can see there's been many new altcoins. Trump token, for example, has been very popular lately, but also a lot of different ones. So what we recommend investors is to diversify their investments. That's number one. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And then at Finst, we offer one of the broadest coverage of crypto on our platform. We have 340. So that gives investors a lot of opportunities. Then everyone has to choose based on what they believe in and their risk profile and how much they want to invest, etc. So it's a hard question. So we are one of the largest crypto platforms in the Netherlands right now. And I think what makes us really unique is the combination of very low trading fees, high safety, and a lot of investment opportunities that we offer on the platform. So we've been growing quite a lot in the last 2 years since we started.
Nice. And what are the trading fees?
So it's at 0.15%, so 0.15. So if you buy 1,000 euro of Bitcoin, for example, it's 1.5 euros only, with no hidden fees, etc. And on average, that's about 80% cheaper than the main platforms in the Netherlands. So just like at the Giro, we make crypto investing very cheap, very safe, and very transparent.
How did you start Finst?
So I spent almost 15 years now in banking, brokerage and trading in general. So I've been really spending most of my life in financial services. I spent 7 years indeed at the Giro. I was one of the first employees. I was head of the French market, so I launched the Giro in France. And then I was responsible for a lot of the marketing initiative and corporate relationships. So I saw the company grow from a very small startup to a very big company who now got acquired by a German bank. So and then we, with my co-founder and my team, a lot of them come from the Giro as well. And we thought, look, the fees to invest in crypto is so high, like it was in the stock trading 10 years ago. And the platforms are not very transparent about how much they charge you, etc. So we said, hey, why don't we apply the same recipe we did at the Giro, so very low fees, very good and reliable platform, and really high safety. Why don't we apply that to the crypto world? And that's how we started Finst. And since then, it's been a crazy journey with tens of thousands of users. We process billions of euros of trading volume every year. And soon we are about to expand also all over Europe in the coming few months. So it's been a very interesting journey so far.
Other question, Vince, it's now 3 years?
Yeah.
Yes. And 2.5 years, I saw it on the internet, you're worth 70 million. How is it now?
The valuation of the company.
The valuation, van the company.
Yeah.
70 million is for me sky high and that in 2.5 years.
Yes, the company has been growing like crazy since day one.
How is that possible?
Well, because we have a very unique offering, and I think there is about 2 million Dutch people who invest in crypto, which is crazy. It's almost 12% of people who are above 18 years old, right, of the population, if you remove the children. So it's a big market. There's a lot of, the investment culture is really strong in the Netherlands, and I think people are always looking for a good deal. So if you can buy a Bitcoin for 1% or for 0.15%, the exact same Bitcoin, then why would you pay 1% if you can do it for cheaper? And then also people know us from the Giro, so they know that safety is really important for us. So I think it's the proposition we have is very unique. So we, this year in 2024, for our second year, we had revenue that increased about 900%.
Wow.
We got tens of thousands of users in 2 years. We acquired the assets of one of our competitor, Anycon Direct. So we had indeed a last valuation at 70 million euros. That was in September 2024. I think now the market went crazy in the meantime. So I think the numbers of the company are a lot higher even than in September. I don't know what it is today, but we're
100 million.
I don't know. I think your valuation is based on what on what the market thinks. And to be very honest, as the CEO and the founder, it's not the main metric that I look at. What I look at is, how much we help people save on their trading fees and how much trading volume we have, etc. But we are not very obsessed with valuation. We are obsessed on how much value can we add to our clients. And then if you do good, if you really help people invest better and cheaper and safer, then the valuation comes after.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where you want to go with Finst?
So we are about to expand all over Europe, as I was mentioning. So we are now active in the Netherlands and Belgium. We are waiting for our license because there's a new license now in Europe that every crypto company needs to have by the end of June. Once we hopefully get our license, then we will start expanding all over Europe. So we will go to Germany, to France, Spain, Portugal, Italy, so all the European markets. And the goal, of course, is to become number one in Europe within the next 5 years. And we also now offer our services to institutional clients, corporate clients, like a bank who wants to launch crypto, or a stock trading platform who wants to launch crypto, but also entrepreneurs who have holding companies. They sold a company, they want to invest with their holding company. So we also offer services to retail, but also corporates and institutional.
Nice. And do you also looking for investors for Finst?
Not really. We don't really have to. We are always open to discuss with parties who believe in our mission and who want to help us really change the industry.
Every crypto believer, they want to invest.
Of course.
They have money.
Of course, but what's important for us is people who believe in the fact that it should be cheaper, it should be safer, and it should be more transparent. And I think that's really our mission, right? We want to make crypto investing cheaper, safer, more transparent. So if there are investors out there who believe in that mission and who would like to contribute, of course, we're always happy to have these conversations.
Next question, it's about altcoins. You live from transaction. Hoe more transaction, hoe better it is for Finst.
Ja.
Benieuwd naar de mogelijkheden om te investeren in vastgoed aan de zonnige Costa del Sol in Zuid-Spanje. Maandelijks rendement opleveren en jaarlijks in waarde stijgt. Onze vrienden van Ultimate Mastermind kunnen je hier met een garantie mee helpen. Ontdek meer via de link in de beschrijving. What are the implications for Finst?
Well, there's not much implication actually, because we offer 340 coins on the platform. It's one of the biggest coverage in euro. And I think the more crypto you have, the more opportunities there is on the market. So in crypto, every day, there are some coins that are up 20, 30, 40%, and also down 20, 40%. So I think there's always some opportunities on the market. So whenever an old, let's say an altcoin that was popular 4 or 5 years ago is down, then the market liquidity moves to another new altcoin that just comes on the market. So I think that's why we want to launch these new coins as soon as we can, so that we help our clients invest in these opportunities if they want to. So for us, we see a very big trend in altcoin. The volume is growing, the interest is growing as well. of course, it's not suitable for everyone. So people should do their research before they invest. There's always some risk, of course, but it does not really impact us, to be honest, and we see very strong volume in the altcoins as well.
What kind of startup capital do you need to start with Finst?
That's a very good question. I think there's three things you need to start a crypto company, crypto trading firms. First, you need a lot of knowledge, and you need a lot of skills. You need engineers, you need compliance, you need you need a lot of different departments. So the price of that is it fluctuates, right? So we have a team of engineers who have built the Giro in the past. Our board members come from the Giro as well. So all our team has a lot of experience in building trading platforms. But if you don't have these skills and this knowledge, I think it takes 10 years to acquire it. And then even if you have these things, you of course need money. So I think it really depends on where you want to launch, on the type of services you offer. Probably you will need a few million euros to start. And of course you need a license. So there again,
what kind of license?
Well, now in the Netherlands you need a registration. So we are registered with the Dutch Central Bank, with the DNB.
Okay.
And soon we are going to be licensed hopefully by the Dutch AFM. Mm-hmm. So of course people want to trust that you are compliant with the law, with the regulations before they invest with you. So you have to get a regulation, you have to get a license to be able to launch. You cannot just build a platform and open it like this, right? It's like a bank. You cannot become a bank without a license. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of efforts, several years of hard work. So yeah, combination of knowledge, skills, and capital, of course.
Oh yeah, capital.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how much capital do you started? You started with funding, or?
We had a little bit of funding, yes,
Yeah.
that's correct. A few millions we started, and that's why it's been enough. That's why we are not looking at raising more money. I don't personally believe in companies who raise hundreds of millions all the time. I think we want to build a company that is sustainable. This year, for our second year in 2024, we were profitable.
Oh, nice.
So we believe in building a sustainable business model, which is beneficial for our clients, our investors, and of course also our employees, etc. So that's what we want to grow, that kind of company.
Yeah.
We started with a few millions. Yeah.
I think that is a good way. Yeah.
I think so too as well. I think in the long term, it's always important to build a sustainable business model.
Yeah, and you started to Finst in the past with COVID. Was that a good decision?
So we started to build Finst in 2022, towards the end of COVID, and we launched in January 2023, so a bit more than 2 years now. The market was very quiet. It was a bear market, so a lot of people had losses on their investment because Bitcoin was at, I think it was about
low.
It was 15,000, right? And today we're at 80,000.
Yeah.
So it was not an ideal timing. And people asked me, they said, Julian, the crypto market is in a bear market. Maybe it will never recover. Isn't it a bit crazy to launch a crypto platform? And we were convinced that it was really what the market needed. So it was difficult, of course. It's also very competitive. There are many platforms out there. So it's hard for people to know which platform should I choose. And we really wanted to make it very obvious for people that we have the best offering in the market. So it's been a bumpy ride, a lot of high and lows, but that's the journey of every entrepreneur.
That's the journey for every company.
Yeah, nothing is easy.
No. What requirements do you need to meet to start an investment platform?
To start a platform like Finst, or as an investor, you mean?
Yeah, investor, yes.
So there is no requirement. If you can open an account with us in 5 minutes. So you just have to scan your passport, fill in a few information. You can deposit money with Ideal, no minimum amount. So you can start with €5 if you want, or you can put 5,000. So it's really, really easy to start. And we also build a product for passive investors, which is called crypto bundles. So you can buy the top 10 or the top 25 crypto in one click. Because there's a lot of people who want to start, but they don't know what to buy, and they don't know how much, and they don't know when. So that's why we build a little bit like ETF in the stock market. It's not an ETF, but it behaves a little bit the same. So you can buy like the IEX, You can buy the AEX, the Dutch index. It's a bit the same. You can buy a bundle, so you buy 25 crypto in one click, and then you follow the market.
Oh, nice.
So if you don't know what to do, that's something we've built. And beginners or people who want to stay passive for the long term, they really like that product.
Hoe maak je boekhouden nou gaaf? Sinds een jaar gebruik ik Jort. Ik ben er super blij mee. Alles in één oogopslag. Komt geen boekhouden meer van de pas. En je ziet iedere dag waar je staat en waar je naartoe moet. What is the best website to read about the latest news for crypto?
We have a lot of news on our platform, on finst.com. So you can see all the news for Bitcoin, for Solana, etc. So we have a lot on the platform. So I would say we have a very good source of news for people who want to stay up to date with the market.
Can you also invest with leverage at Finst?
Good question.
Yeah, want the Giro is possible.
Yes, it is possible indeed. At Finst it's not possible. And the reason is that we believe it's very risky for investors to invest with leverage. So we made the decision not to offer this. You can also not go short. So you cannot bet on the price of Bitcoin going down. That's also not allowed by the Dutch Central Bank. Because it's very risky. If you invest with leverage times 10, for example, it means that if you buy Bitcoin, then if the Bitcoin goes up 1%, you make 10% times 10. But if Bitcoin goes down 1%, you lose 10%. So leverage amplifies your profits, but also your losses. And crypto is already very volatile. So we don't think that it's very suitable for everyone to invest with leverage. You need knowledge. You really need to understand what you're doing. And so we've decided not to offer this, at least not currently, maybe in the future.
Okay. They say we go to 150,000 euro with crypto, 200,000, so it's about 1 million. What do you think this year about crypto with Trump?
That's the $1 million question, of course. And I think I read this and I hear this all day long, and the truth is 99% of people are always wrong when they try to predict, or they are right, but at the wrong time.
Exactly, that's the problem with crypto.
Well, it's the problem with everything. You know, can you tell me what Tesla is going to be tomorrow? No one knows.
No, a little bit.
Well, I think it's not that easy. And so as far as I'm concerned, I think as of today, Bitcoin is almost 80,000 now. It went down 25% in 2 months.
Yeah, that's a lot in 2 months.
That's a lot indeed, but it also went up 100% before that. Yeah. So if you compare it, if you zoom out, and if you compare, Bitcoin is still very high, right? So I think right now we had a bit of we had a very sharp increase since Trump was elected. Now it's calming down a little bit. So it's hard to say, but I would not be surprised to see sort of Bitcoin around 125, 150,000 maybe by the end of this year. That would not surprise me. Is it going to happen? I really don't know.
No. We're going to see that.
Yeah, and we don't want to give advice to our clients, you know, because like I said, I hear influencers and media, and they're all trying to predict the future, and I don't have a crystal ball, so I would be lying if I said I knew. I really don't know. I really don't know. But the dynamic of the market is positive, which is of course a good sign. There is now crypto ETF also in the United States. The government in the United States is becoming more crypto friendly. So there's a few ingredients that could help push the market higher. Now, how much exactly? The future will tell.
How about AI bots? They trading?
No, we don't. Soon we will enable our clients to use our API connection so that they can do it in a few months themselves. We don't trade. Our clients trade, but we don't trade as a company, of course.
But we have now AI bots, and they are faster than the people.
Yes, they can be faster but they can also be faster at making mistakes. You know, and a bot is only doing what a human tells it to do, right? So you program a bot to do a certain thing, but that doesn't mean you will program it in the right way. So AI can be faster, but if you want to buy Bitcoin because you believe in blockchain for the next 10 years, it doesn't really matter if you're 1 second faster. So it really depends on what kind of investor you are. If you're looking at the long term, or if you buy Bitcoin for a few weeks, then 1 second doesn't matter. But it's important to keep in mind that a bot is programmed by a human, and that human may not be necessarily smarter than people who just click the button. So it can help for some people if you don't want to look at it and you want to let the bot do it, but that does not mean that you will make more profit because you use a bot, of course. Okay. And also, bots trade very often. They make a lot of trades during the day, so you also pay fees. So you have to be careful that you don't pay a lot of fees, which ultimately also affect your performance. So I think it can be interesting, but not necessarily for every investor.
You earn from transactions.
We earn, you mean, in terms of revenue?
Yeah,
that's 90% of our revenue, because a lot of platforms, and that's why we built Finst. A lot of platform, they charge you cost in the spread. So to keep it simple, instead of buying your Bitcoin at 100,000, you will pay 101,000, and the 1,000 difference goes in the pocket of the platform. Yeah. But you don't see that. So for us, we don't do that at Finst. We give you the best price on the market. We only charge you a very transparent fee, nothing else. So that's 90% of our revenue is coming from the trading fees, indeed. Yeah.
Thank you for the great interview.
Thank you, Pierre.
Viewers, do you have an offer for our community?
Yes, we do. And basically what we offer currently at the moment is, if you open an account and you can benefit from 20 euros in Bitcoin as a welcome bonus. You can see the conditions and in the link, which I think will be in the description. So you can get a nice welcome bonus to start your crypto journey on the Finst platform.
Okay, nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pierre. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Pierre Luigi hier. Wat leuk dat je onze video hebt afgekeken. Wij zijn daar heel dankbaar voor. Vergeet vooral niet te abonneren en een reactie achter te laten, want daar hou je al onze laatste updates bij en natuurlijk de nieuwste video's van Over the Floor bij.